Risk is the price you pay for opportunity. Hey guys, back with another video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about Stake BNB. Firstly, I just want to say if you've subscribed and are getting notified, you're gaining some serious value. I wish I had someone like me teaching me about crypto when I first started in 2017. So this is one of those things that can bring you generational wealth, what I'm going to talk about today. I know you heard it before, but in my last 5 years of dealing with crypto, I've never come across something like this. So I'm not asking you to buy a course or pay me to get this information. You're getting it all for free on this channel. So in return, if you could just subscribe and just hit a quick like and comment, we can get this information out to everyone. So before I spill the beans on this, I'm going to share some background information so you guys can make an informed decision on what to do with your money. This idea I'm about to share is called staking. I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet, so please don't skip as you might miss some useful information. So what is staking? Can it help me earn passive income with my cryptocurrency? Is it risky? And what do I need to know before I get started? Before we dive deep into staking, let's take a moment to understand the problem that staking tries to solve. Bitcoin and other decentralized cryptocurrencies hold the promise of sending money digitally without any central authority. Initially, the solution to managing a blockchain, which is a fancy term for a ledger of balances that isn't controlled by any one entity, was done through mining. Mining is sort of a competition where powerful computers try to guess the solution to a mathematical question. Whoever finds the solution first earns the right to write the next page of transaction, also known as a block, into the ledger. With mining, the more powerful computer you use, the more guesses it can make in a second, increasing your chances of winning this contest. Thanks to the laws of math and probability, it's highly unlikely that any single person or group will gain a monopoly over updating the ledger. And that's how decentralization is maintained. Mining's technical term is proof of work, because by displaying the right solution, miners prove that they've put in a lot of work, as there's no way to get to the solution, aside from using computing power to constantly work at trying to guess it. Proof of work is what is known as consensus mechanism, since its design is to create an agreement as to who gets to update the ledger amongst a group of people who don't really know each other or have any other basis for working together. Running all of these supercomputers just for the sake of guessing a number takes up a lot of electricity, among other disadvantages. Because of these disadvantages, other alternative consensus mechanisms have been suggested throughout the years. One very popular alternative is proof of stake. This means that instead of committing electricity to run computers and trying to win a contest, people will stake actual coins. But how does all of this work? Well, you basically lock a certain amount of funds on an everyday computer that's connected to the network. Your computer is called a node in technical terms, and your locked funds are your stake. So once your stake is in place, you can take part in the contest of which node will get to forge the next block. You see, stakers forge blocks, they don't mine them. The winner of this contest is chosen by taking into consideration several factors, such as how much money is being staked, how long the coins have been staked for, and randomization, so that no single entity will gain a monopoly over forging. So generally speaking, whoever wins the contest gets to fork the next block of transactions and is rewarded in coins for his contribution to the network. So it's important to note that there are many coins that use proof of stake. such as each coin has different rules as to how it calculates and distributes rewards. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain what a smart contract is. It's basically a program that runs on the blockchain. It's a collection of code, has source code. It resides on the Ethereum blockchain. Smart contracts are a type of an account. So you can look at it in terms of a bank account, right? And this bank account is open for everyone to deposit funds into. So, which means it has a balance and people can send transactions over the network into this account. However, this account is not controlled by a user. Instead, it's deployed to the network and run as programmed by the developers. So the developers can't make any changes to this code once it's published, and user accounts can interact with the smart contract by submitting transactions to it over the blockchain. So essentially, this is what BNBStake is. It's this basically a program that's running on the blockchain that people are sending and receiving transactions from and to based on the code that the developers have written. All right, guys. So now we're going to take a look at this security audit that was done by Haze Security. And as you can see, this is publicly available on the BNBStake website and Haze Crypto sites here. What they mentioned in the audit is there's no critical issues, anything that can be harmful access for owners, any bugs or vulnerabilities that enable the theft of funds or lock the access to funds. Any errors, bugs, and warnings. So none of this critical or errors in this code that they found, right? So you take that with a grain of salt. Haze Crypto has been known in the industry, have a good reputation, and this is what they claim, right? So they've said that this smart contract has no vulnerabilities, no backdoors, and no scam scripts. We'll take a look at the source code ourselves, and I'll kind of break it down for you guys in this video. They've mentioned this as a loop on dynamic variable, so it's low severity. So that's basically what they said. Take a look at this audit yourself. It's available on their public website. Okay, so the purpose of this smart contract is basically to provide the opportunity to invest any amount in BNB, minimum of 0.05 BNB, and get 112% to 292% return, or based on whatever their website says, right? On an investment that's between 14 to 28 days old. And the balance, the amount that you deposit into this smart contract is not accessible because it's being staked for this period, right? So that's something to consider. There are certain plans that we're going to go over, so I'll discuss that shortly. This launch date for this project was March 4th, and the way that the owners get paid is they get a 10% project fee. So it's incentivized for them to not do anything, not harm this project, let it run, because they get a 10% fee from this project, right? Everyone kind of benefits from this. So we're going to go over the investment plans on their website because that's the most current ones. And as you can see, this is part of the function code in their source code. So we'll take a look at their source code a little bit later. And they have a referral system, so that's also there. And they also have contests in their Telegram, so we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Alright guys, so this is the BNBStake website, main site. First thing you have to do is you have to connect your wallet. So once it's connected, you'll see that this green little button here. You can see total BNB staked as of today, March 28th, is 80,000. And the total contract balance is 27,000. So the plans they have here are these. So these plan 1, 2, 3 are plans where you can withdraw the interest that you've accumulated. So as you can see, the monstrous interest that they're providing here daily profit of 20%. So say for example, if you were to put in 10 BNB, you'll be getting 20% of that amount on a daily basis, right? And this accumulates over a period of 14 days. And that's for this plan. And after 14 days, you can withdraw your entire balance, or you can reinvest it, right? Same with this plan. Plan 2 is 21 days and plan 3 is 28 days. Difference is the total return that you'll get because you're staking your funds for a longer period. So if you go into plan 4, 5, and 6, what this means is that you cannot withdraw your funds for 14 days in comparison to this one where you can. And with this plan here, the return is a lot higher, but you get your entire balance back, the amount that you staked, along with your interest after 14 days, right? So you won't be able to withdraw that within this period. So 14 days, 21 days, 28 days, as you can see, the return is just insane. So you might ask, how much have I invested in here? So as you can see, I put in 23 BNB, and so far I've accumulated 2.2 BNB, and I'm going to show you guys how I can withdraw this because I am currently in this plan for 14 days. So if you scroll down, it'll tell you what you're staking. So I have this plan active, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So these two plans are for March, or for April 24th. So these are the plan 6, and these two plans are plan 1, which is going to be for 14 days. So again, I want to mention that this is risky investment. We are not sure of a lot of information about who is behind this project currently. All we know is this is a smart contract. It's highly risky for anyone that wants to invest. So do your due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice to put your money into this. This is just for information purpose, so so you can be well informed of what's happening with this project. And if you do decide that you want to put your money into BNBStake, I put in a referral link. So feel free to use that. You can always go to the site, directly, but for this information, I hope you would use my referral link so that I can, get whatever 1 or 2% off of the referral. Thank you. Another thing I want to cover is this a scam? So from looking at the source code myself, I don't see any malicious code, and from reviewing the audit, it doesn't seem like it is. Haze Crypto has good reputation in the industry, and if you look at the project logically, the reason for the time frame of the investment plan is like this is because since it's a smart contract, and if whales invest into this project and deplete the balance after withdrawing, then common investors are stuck not being able to cash out, and big pockets withdrawing from the contract outpaces the number of new investors, right? So essentially, okay, so for example, if I invest 25,000 BNB into this project on March 15th, I can't cash out until March 30th. Until that time, there would be so many others that would have invested in. So now even if the 25K whale, which is me, takes out his money out on March 30th, then that would cause panic and FUD, right? Also, another point is that the contract owners take 10% of the fee. So they don't want the contract, they want the contract to grow as much as possible. It wouldn't be in their best interest, like I mentioned earlier, if they end this or if they do anything malicious with it, which they technically cannot. So if you think about it, this is essentially a community contract where the more people that invest, the higher the returns will be. So this was actually 7,800 when I had first invested, and that was a couple days ago, and now it's at 8,411. Okay, so another thing I want to share with you guys is the analysis on this contract page. So this is available on BSC Scan, it's publicly available information. If you scroll down, browse to the analytics section of this page, you can see the growth of this project, this contract, right? It's grown from March 4th since inception to an extremely high number. It's 7 million basically. So 26,000 BNB is 27,000 BNB. Let's take a look here. So BNB, yeah, that's about 7 million. So another thing I want to mention about this is you can see public transactions that have been taking place here. Aside from this, let's take a look at the source code. So as you can see, the source code, the developers have put in some good information in the comments, so you can see what's happening with the code. From looking at this code, let me see here. What I wanted to mention was that I've been in IT for about 18 years now. I've coded several applications. Although I'm not a developer, I can understand code from looking at the source code here. And I see there's no rug pull function, there's no self-destruct function or suicide function that's been coded into this source code that can essentially have everyone lose their funds. Right, so I'm going to share something else here with you guys. Talk a bit about the self-destruct function that's available. So the only possibility the code is removed from a blockchain is when a contract at that address performs a self-destruct operation. The remaining ether stored at that address is sent to a designated target, and the storage in the code is removed from the state. So I didn't see any of this. I didn't see a delegate call that points this code to, or a function of a delegate call in the code that points the deposit and withdrawal address to a specific account. And the developers, they can't, like if their goal is to delete the BNBStake smart contract that didn't initially have a call to self-destruct, which it doesn't, they won't be able to add it in once the contract's published. A contract can still execute self-destruct if delegate call or call code to another contract is executed, which I don't see that in the code either. So that's to say that another contract already referenced from your contract, and that contract can call that method even though it hasn't been referenced in the original contract. So you can't just delete any arbitrary contract on the network once it's been published. So after deployment, right? Without already designing this into the code. So if anyone can do that, it would undermine the basis for all smart contract behavior, right? If a non-owner could call a non-existent self-destruct, they could remove the contract, right? Obviously, this isn't possible, but still a thought exercise. Second, if an owner can arbitrarily blow up any contract and recover funds, then the owner could effectively revoke all smart contracts that they entered into, making them null and void. So I'm going to try to explain this in layman's terms, right? Let's say you had a contract that held the community funds. Let's take Stake BNB, for example, and decided where those funds were based on some internal logic where you noticed that the funds will probably go to someone you don't like. You can't just choose to blow up the contract because you made it. Everyone agreed on the internal logic of the smart contract, and that logic never gave you an out that you could use. Just like a real life contract, you can't terminate the contract without it having a termination clause that's built into the physical written contract. So as you guys can see, I've staked 23 BNB here. What I'm going to try to show you guys here in this plan is withdrawing the interest that I've earned on the staked BNB. So as you can see, I've 2.2 gonna hit withdraw. MetaMask wallet opens up, and when it does, you'll see this 0 amount. So don't freak out. This is normal. When you go into the blockchain, you'll see that you'll see your entry there. Just hit confirm. You're gonna have to pay the gas fees, right? And you can see that my 8 BNB just turned into 10, right? So I wanted to demonstrate that to you guys, just to show you guys that this is actually, they actually do let you withdraw your interest. Now, how to deposit or stake your BNB into any one of these plans? Pretty straightforward. You go here, type in how much ever you want to stake. It'll tell you after 14 days, this is how much you'll get back. My strategy with this is to use this plan 1 to see if use it for 5 days to get my initial return back. And then once I get my return back, then I will reinvest my money into possibly these other plans or these ones to accumulate the funds. So essentially, once you put it in, click stake BNB, you get a prompt here. This will actually show you 2 because that's correct. And then you just want to confirm, and then it'll basically start the staking process. So you guys might be wondering, is it too late to invest? Absolutely not. There are around 4,700 unique addresses that are currently invested. So you're actually very early if you're watching this video. The launch date was only March 4th, 2021. And as you can see, BNB price, it's been steady, it's been good. And I think for the long term, BNB has a lot of projects in the scope and the runway. So I think you're pretty early in terms of investment. So if you do want to invest, I think it's a good time to put your money in. If you guys want to get more information, this is their Telegram channel. So it's pretty busy. So if you have any questions, you can post here. Everyone's pretty helpful, and they will answer your questions on any questions that you might have on Stake BNB. They don't have a Discord currently. It's only in Telegram. And if you go into their website, if you go into Stake BNBStake app, you can see the links on the top here. So just hit the Telegram English group, and it'll take you to add the Telegram group in the Telegram app on your machine or on your phone. Audit is also available here. PDF report's the best one, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Help is basically to give you more information on the on connecting your MetaMask wallet. If you have any questions about that, you can just post in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you're getting value from this video, please hit the like. Post in the comments what your thoughts are, how I can improve, any additional information that you'd like for me to bring forward. If you can share this video with your friends, just to help them understand what staking is and what Stake BNB is, so that they can get involved in this project, after doing due diligence. Subscribe, hit the like button so that you can stay up to date on my next video and what I bring forward. Again, this is a risky investment, right? It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so take that with a grain of salt. Do your due diligence. I've tried to explain everything that from my knowledge, from what I can see with this smart contract. And as you can see, I put my money where my mouth is. I've invested in this project. I believe in it. At the same time, I don't provide this advice for anyone else. If you're risk averse, you do what you want to do with your funds. I don't want anyone coming back to the channel and saying, hey, you told us to buy this and now it's gone, right? So I feel like this is one of those things that can bring you generational wealth, and if you stake it properly and don't make any mistakes. If you have any questions, just ask before you do anything. It's a pretty straightforward process though, and as you can see, the numbers are climbing, stats are looking good, and that's about it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.